Hey everybody, welcome back to another midweek episode. So I remember growing up, spending time in my dad's office, and on his desk was a little plaque with one word: TETELESTAI. Never heard that word before, and when I asked my dad about it, he said it's Greek. It means it is finished. And that kind of struck me as odd, because your office is a place where you do work. Often work that seems like it's never finished. I think about where I'm at right now in my life here. It's Holy Week. It's a full, busy week. And there are all kinds of things on my to-do list. And I have a list, a planner of everything that I need to accomplish. And it seems like day in and day out, there are always things that are being added to my list, things that I hope to accomplish, but then often I get to the end of a day and it seems like I'm not done, or I don't feel like I've done what I've needed to well enough. And then there are always things that get pushed to the next day or the next week. Like, it just seems like it's never finished. And maybe you feel that way in your life too. There are just things on your to-do list, and there are tasks and responsibilities that you have at work, and then you go home and there's more that you want to accomplish there, and just at times it can be overwhelming and burdensome, and it just leaves you feeling this level of stress. And yet it's this one word, TETELESTAI, it is finished, that Jesus speaks as his final word from the cross. In John chapter 19, verse 30, it says, "And Jesus hung his head after speaking, 'It is finished,'" which is a fascinating word when you dig into the history of it, especially in that context. So TETELESTAI was a word that would have been spoken by the priests after they had inspected a sacrifice to see if it was adequate, if it was what it was supposed to be. And particularly, it was spoken by a priest on the Friday of the Passover celebration at 3 p.m. when that final sacrifice was offered. And the priest would go out and stand before the people and say, TETELESTAI, it is finished. Well, here's Jesus in John chapter 19. He's hanging on the cross, and it's the day of preparation. So people are busy, bustling here and there, trying to accomplish their to-do list, because the next day is the Sabbath. And not only is it the Sabbath, but it's at the end of Passover week. So it's their Holy Week. It's crazy. There's so much that is happening. And in the midst of all of that, at 3 p.m. in the afternoon of that Friday of Passover week, at the same time in which a priest would have stood and proclaimed to the people, TETELESTAI, it is finished, Jesus, it's his final word before he bowed his head in death, said, it is finished. TETELESTAI. It's all done. And I just want to invite you to rest in that. In the midst of the overwhelm or the stress or the weight that you're carrying right now, as your to-do list continues to increase, as you feel that level of disappointment that whatever you've done hasn't been done well enough, like, I share that with you. And maybe that's why my dad put that plaque on his desk, TETELESTAI, as that reminder that even when he wasn't done, even when it wasn't quite finished, it still was. In Jesus, it is finished. And we can rest in that, knowing that he's accomplished everything necessary for our salvation. He's lived the life that we couldn't live. He's died the death that you and I deserve. He has been that one final perfect offering. He is the Lamb who was sacrificed for us. He's the one who as a result of his death, the curtain in the temple tore in two. The ground shook as a visible sign that the pathway to God was now cleared. And we have full and complete access. There's nothing holding us back. See, when you get to the end of your day and you still have a to-do list that isn't finished, or your to-do list isn't done adequately, that doesn't prevent you from drawing near to God. He has done it all for you. Rest in that this week. TETELESTAI. It's done. It's finished. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you again next time.